Howdy, folks. How you all doing? This is the weekly trending Fandom show being broadcast at CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial. And if you're tuning in for the very first time, we sincerely appreciate your audience, your attention, and everything you bring to our broadcast. As I mentioned before, this is a weekly trending Fandom show where we cover everything that's wonderful, fantastic within the fandom sphere, which includes comic books, gamings, movies, TV paraphernalia, and more movie stuff and more gaming stuff and everything else like that. And of course, if you haven't noticed by now, I haven't been tuning in recently, my name is Recepin and I'm the show's mega host. And of course, we have our two co-hosts, Jackie. Say hello, Jackie.
Hola.
And of course, the one, the only, Par.
What's up?
How you doing, yo?
Good, yo.
Excellent, excellent. Well, basically, when we open up the show, I always ask my co-hosts how their weekend was. And today will be just like every other broadcast.
There you go.
So, Par.
Let's switch it up. Let's throw to Jackie first.
Sure. Jackie. How you doing this week? How was the weekend?
Weekend was all right.
Excellent.
In-laws came back from Mexico, so it was a lot of cleaning and just hanging out around the house.
I dig it.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Any fun stuff at all besides cleaning and waiting for the rock and roll mama to come back from Mexico?
I got a job.
Excellent. What type of job did you get?
It's a client relations, customer admin assistant kind of thing.
I take it.
So.
I dig it. And I understand from my notes here, this is going to be your last broadcast with us at CKMS.
Sadly, it is.
That is very, very unfortunate because one of the few things I've always enjoyed with this show is your presence, and I'm really glad that you've had some time with us, and I'm glad we're leaving on good terms, and on top of that,
I'll still bug you on Facebook. I'll
that's
still be
awesome.
there.
So will you be there like a ghost of the machine bothering us virtually
I
once in a
will.
while?
I'll be like the little. Oh, what movie was that? Long time ago. The one that lurked in the computer. I don't know.
The more important question is, does this mean that Recepta and I are going to have to start watching Arrow?
Oh! I hate that show! No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
That's your bad. Sucks to be you if you don't like it.
Yeah, you know what? We'll get the new guy on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything.
Exactly. He's not here right now, so let's get the new guy to do it. That will be his Dominic task to watch Arrow, to give us our Arrow updates every single week like clockwork.
Yeah.
And when there's no new shows, he has to watch the actual, the previous
Reruns?
episodes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. I wonder how much he's going to like it.
Too bad.
So overall, good weekend then? Solid.
Yeah. I finally got to watch Ted.
Oh, that's cool. What'd you think of that, yo?
I almost peed myself.
I thought Ted was a really good buddy movie. You could actually go watch it with a friend and everything else like that. So it's pretty
Yes.
I really liked it.
Ted was quite amusing. I never look at a teddy bear the same way again. And all I could think of was Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah, with attitude.
Yeah, well, my Teddy Ruxpin always had a little bit of attitude because, well, I was one of those kids that never put the Teddy Ruxpin tape in the Teddy Ruxpin. I usually had an Aussie tape or something
Oh,
inside
that's
it.
even better. So you fed your teddy bear bats and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That's excellent. That's very good. Very interesting insight on the young Jackie as a child. But anyways, I really like Ted too. I heard they're actually making a sequel from it, which isn't too surprising because it did absolutely fantastic in the box office. And one of the few things that I really thought it was odd and cool at the same time was how everyone in the general society went, yeah, he's just a walking, talking teddy bear. We're all cool with that.
The only thing I didn't enjoy about that whole movie was Mila Kunis and Mark Wahlberg.
I thought there was one of the best Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, roles I've seen in a long time. Because unfortunately, I had that aspartame taste of Planet of the Apes still, of him doing his thing. It's like, oh, goodness! And also on top of that, he's also starring in another movie with The Rock called Pump or something like that.
It's not that it was a bad thing. I just thought the age difference and the reference, he's still good looking for his age, but Mila Kunis and Mark Wahlberg.
He's in his mid-40s, isn't he?
He's almost 50.
He's fit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you could see, regardless of how much face cake a person may have, you could still see the
Botox
ingrained.
doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah. No, you know what? I totally agree with you with that.
And it was a little odd seeing certain references. It's like she was in diapers and you were a teenager when that was going on. Like they made a reference to the Teddy Ruxpin, and it's like, okay, well she's the same age as me, and he's the same age as my mom.
And also, who's the more mature one between the two of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ted.
Well, the few things that really got me was the Flash Gordon references.
Yes.
Like constantly, it's like this, like that movie
Well, they
came out
married
like in the late
Flash Gordon.
'70s. Yeah,
Flash Gordon married them.
yeah. But the thing is, I was just really taken away about how many references they had with that, and also on top of that, the actor that actually played that particular role, his career's almost being rejuvenated again because of that. As examples, being invited out to more conventions.
But there you go. There's another thing.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon, the TV show, she wasn't around. She was a twinkle in her mama's
Actually, it's not
eye.
the TV show; it's the movie.
The-
Flash Gordon, the movie.
Either way, the
Yeah,
TV
yeah, yeah.
show or movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
she was a
Completely
twinkle
before
in
that.
the
Oh, yeah.
eye
Yeah,
before
exactly.
that even came out.
And thus the main conflict, because the thing is that they had to go and see Flash Gordon, and she understand the cultural significance behind that. So that's more fighting when it's like, yes, I saw Flash Gordon. What? You would
Yeah.
be dead, dying. Laser beams coming out the eyes. But however, so since you've seen it, what would you give it out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yep.
4.5.
4.5?
Pretty good.
Not bad.
It-
I gave it, but the same rating, a little less. I gave it a solid 4. Just because the thing is that, again, it was cool. It's a buddy movie, but I don't walk away going, I feel more enlightened about myself and the universe.
My rating system goes on if hubby fell asleep during the movie.
Good rating system. Hubby, what'd you think of it? Awesome. Awesome. So he dug it too.
Yeah,
So
he
that's
was
all
awake.
good.
We were looking for pictures, and every once in a while we'd hear a comment come out of the TV, and it was, you snap your face going, you didn't just say that.
Well, with Seth MacFarlane doing his
Fantastic.
doing his Academy Award stuff. You
I
know,
don't
it's
sound
not-
like
oh,
Peter
it's
Griffin.
Oh my goodness, yeah, we could be here all day yakking that up. So, anyways, I'm glad you saw that movie. I'm glad that was fun. Did you see anything else through the duration of the weekend?
No, I've been looking at new books. I'm gonna.
Oh, that's cool.
I got over the Hunger Games, and
And how did the Hunger Games? How was
the book series was good.
Excellent.
I have a friend that broke down and watched the movie after reading the first book and said that there's
Yeah.
no point.
Yeah, no.
You
the
read
thing
the
is that-
book.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the Hunger Games movie myself. I went out and saw it just because, well, everyone else is going to be, and since we focus the show around fandom, you have to see it. It's not like seeing the Harry Potter movies and saying I never saw them, and of course, then doing on radio shows like Harry Potter, never seen that. Blah, 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 blah. It's like just silliness. But however, watching the Hunger Games, I wasn't really impressed by it. I kind of went, this is like almost slightly depressing, and they're aiming this towards kids, and it's like, oh, this- yeah.
The whole book is like that.
okay.
From an aspect of being for a kid's book, I think the fact that it is a teen's book, it shows the teens that, hey, you could have it much worse. So count your lucky stars from what you got.
Yeah, no, for sure,
But the whole world coming to an end, different districts, all that stuff,
Yeah.
it really wasn't a teen style.
No,
for
it
me.
wasn't. It wasn't because everyone thinks that like Hunger Games and they like to get Harry Potter in the brain and stuff like that, and comparing A to B. But looking at this is that you ever seen Battle Royale?
No.
You ever? Oh, Jackie. I know you're leaving the show, which is very unfortunate. But however, if you have the time, watch Battle Royale. It came out in the early 2000s. It's a very. When I first watched it, I was completely devastated by the amount of violence and how the violence was actually portrayed. But then I watched it again, and it was more fun the second time around.
See, and that's the thing is that, and we can get into this in movies and that it's the violence being portrayed. You can't get. That's why I read the books and I get the books. You never get the violence portrayed in the books in the movies, and that was the other reason why I said it. It's not a kid's book.
Yeah.
Like some of that stuff is just.
Oh yeah, no.
You
for
wonder
sure, for sure.
about
See,
these
the thing is
writers
that-
sometimes.
No, for sure. At the same time, again, when I was watching the Hunger Games, the only thing that was going through my brain was a more light battle royale type like thing. And the thing is that when I was watching this movie again, it's sort of like they were trying to push the envelope in that direction, but it was just really, really collapsing upon itself, which I wasn't really too happy with overall.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed the book. Like I said, get the book,
Yeah.
read it first.
For sure, for sure.
You always enjoy the book better than the movie. Some people enjoy the movies.
And with that, I'm assuming you've seen the Hunger Games movie?
No, I haven't.
You haven't yet? Okay,
No,
I was gonna ask
I
before-
made my
we were talking
friend
about the book,
subject
yeah.
herself to watch it, but not
I
I.
dig it. I dig it. Well, basically for the Hunger Games, I gave it, in all honesty, a 1.5 solid with an iffy 2 points, just because of all the hype and also all of the different actors were involved in it and stuff like that. And the thing is, you could tell there was something there, but again, I really thought it was a really watered down version of Battle Royale, and because of that, I think the point was kind of missed through the whole thing. So that's just me.
Yeah,
But-
well, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the next movie.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the second book was pretty good too, and
Yeah.
to translate them, it's going to be interesting to see.
No, I could totally understand.
But I enjoyed the trilogy. The last book was a little boring, but
yeah.
when you're wrapping up a big epic battle thing like that, it's gonna kind
Yeah,
of.
no, for sure.
It's like the Lord of the Rings. We're walking, we're walking, we're walking.
We're more walking this
fighting.
way. All right, walking that way. Going across New Zealand and still walking. Oh, excellent. We have 3 hours of this. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, then. So, to move things along here.
It's your turn, Par.
Yes.
So,
What's up, Rosetta?
Par,
Yes.
how was your weekend?
It was alright. We went to see Jack and the Giant Slayer. I always screw up the title. I always
Alright.
call it like
Jack and the Beanstalk.
something weird. Anyways, yeah.
Jack.
It was okay. It was a kids movie.
Did you
Obviously.
see this by yourself?
No, I went with a group of friends.
A group of friends?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not
They were
bad.
the weird old people in the theater with
Yeah.
the kid.
All the
Yeah.
kids are going, why is
Funny
he
part
here?"
is, they're the ones. It was a guy that wanted to see it. We were initially going to see
Yeah.
a horror movie,
Oh, good.
and two guys crapped out, chickened out,
Really?
because he can't handle horror movies.
I'm
Are you
assuming-
serious
I'm assuming
right
we're
now?
going to see the Last Exorcist Part 2,
No,
perhaps?
well, that was
Okay.
the one pick the girls had on their minds, but
Yeah.
we want to go with
Wait a second, the girls wanted
Dark
to see
Skies, man.
Wait a second, the girls wanted to see
Exorcist or whatever, yeah.
the Last Exorcist Part 2.
And the guys were chicken.
I have to hang out with your social group. 'Cause
I know,
that's
right?
Really cool.
For sure, for sure.
All right.
Other than that, it was pretty quiet. Read a few comics, watched a few cartoons, took it back to the old school, obviously, with G1 Transformers and a bit of Mask. Not Jim Carrey Mask,
no,
but
but they're very good.
Matt Tracker.
Yeah.
Did
Matt
Did
Tracker
ya?
Mask.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hubby's never seen it before and made him watch the
Oh
whole
wow,
thing.
I've
Oh,
seen that
wow.
like too many times.
I dig it.
But
Did you
yeah,
have a marathon or just watch a couple
nah,
episodes?
just here and there, just to kind of relive the memories, so to speak. But not a marathon.
Yeah.
Even though technically with Mask you could do a marathon because there was only X amount of episodes.
Yeah.
Because second season was garbage. If you
Oh,
know
it
it,
was just
it was all about car racing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also the thing is
Stupidness.
that was a full Canadian production as well.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was done from Nelvana.
Yes.
And,
yes.
and the same also had the same producer, I think, as the Spectre Gadget as well.
I believe.
Yeah, this is like back in the 80s.
Oh
when
yeah.
Canadian independent productions for animation were running rampant everywhere.
Yeah.
And like it
yeah.
was really cool to see.
And the
But-
reason you tuned in was Matt Tracker's car, man. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
about it.
with
Just
the
flew
freaking
it,
doors
yeah.
open
Door
and it
opens up, yeah.
flies. Heck yeah, man.
Did you ever see the Robot Chickens?
No,
take
I've been
on?
told-
Oh, dude, you gotta see it. It's
I've been
absolutely
told
hilarious.
if you watch that, you will
Yeah.
never have the same outlook or
No.
appreciation for Mask
No,
that
exactly,
you had.
exactly.
So I don't want to ruin my childhood, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I
So
dig it. So basically, anything else?
nah. That was it in a nutshell. We could pass it over to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for asking, Par. I appreciate it. Anyways, my weekend was very hectic, less hectic than the last weekend because on top of this, we have Imba Cosmetic Convention that's coming on March 15th and the 17th.
Sweet.
For more information, people could actually go to www.go2emc.ca or basically follow us at the same Twitter address, which is go to emc. Just go and see EMCA. And basically, the thing is that it's just been nothing but work, working it all together.
Yeah.
Getting the printers lined up, getting the actual hotel lined up, and on top of that, we officially have Kitchener City Hall on board as a co-sponsor.
Very nice.
Where we're going to be using their actual facilities over the weekend. Should be tons of fun with that. And
where's it taking place?
it's taking place both at Delta Hotel and also Kitchener City Hall, plus on top of that, some other small shops in the general community. One of the big shows I definitely want to put out there is this new candy shop which is located on the corner of Queen. That's right.
You have to say it 3 times.
Exactly. Corner of Queen and Charles. And again, as Jackie said before, it's candy. And the guy is an absolutely fantastic guy to talk to, the person who runs it, and just a ton of fun working with him along all
Nice.
this because what we're
Can
planning
we
to do-
say sweet?
Oh, it's very sweet. So with that, I've been watching a lot of anime.
We're gonna go out with puns today, Jackie.
Excellent.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, the thing is, exact. Well, hopefully it won't be too sweet.
Cheesy puns.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's put with that. Anyways,
There you go.
so the thing is that we plan to have our actual tea event over at Candy on the Saturday as well.
Very nice.
Plus, on top of that, for our pre-party that will take place on the Thursday, we plan to have it at the same shop as well, Candy Cubed. So should be tons of fun
Sweet.
for everyone. We're still coming with our guest list, so we'll get into that too much. And it's just gonna be lots of fun. So again, also on top of that, tickets / passes are definitely available online.
Nice.
Or if you go to Good Time Games, which is on University and King, you can pick up actual passes there for only $25.
Nice.
So basically, this will be a weekend pass, be worth $40. So right off the bat, you're saving half plus a little bit, and on top of all that, you're keeping an independent retailer in business
Yeah.
down at Good Time Games. So.
And a lot of people had fun at your last event. So.
Oh, they did?
come
Front
on-
page
come on out.
news?
Yeah.
You can't beat that. Front
Yeah.
page of the record. People going,
So-
oh my gosh. So we're
Come
hoping,
on out. Come on
hopefully
out.
rejuvenate the same base again. Should be tons and tons of fun. And
Yeah.
speaking of fantastic anime stuff, there is this fantastic group I kind of tripped across on the old Facebook called Cosplay with a Cure. And since my grandfather passed away from colon cancer, this kind of struck a chord with me. So we're going to have Casey Brown on the show after the break.
Awesome.
And we're going to talk to her about her wonderful, fantastic organization and other things of the like. And with that, let's take a quick break. We'll get Casey on the phone. And it should be tons of fun for all those involved. Plus, on top of that, if you want to hear us live, you can do such by jumping over our website, which is www.thewtfshow.com/live. Plus, on top of that, we have our Facebook group open. And to get involved with that is the same URL. Again, thewtfshow.com/Facebook. And the thing is that if you follow us on everywhere else, it'll be absolutely fantastic. And Jackie, what's your Twitter feed again?
At Jackie WTF Show.
There you go. So basically, we have all of our social networking completely open and ready to rock and roll for everything, including your entertainment stuff.
There you go.
So with that, let's cut to a musical break here, and we'll get some people on the phone.
Yeah. Let's talk. All right.
Excellent.
I see the angels. The smile when you tore me apart. You took my heart, the secret of the stars. You showed me dreams. I wish things happened to me. You broke the promise and made me realize it was all just a lie. Could have been forever. Now we have reached the
One.
Howdy, folks. How you doing? We're just coming back from our first break here at CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial. Plus, on top of that, if you want to hear us live, you can do so by going to our website. For the station would be www.soundfm.ca. And for us at the weekly trending Fandom show, that'd be www.thewtfshow.com/live. As we mentioned before the beginning of our broadcast, we have one Casey Brown sharing the airwaves with us today. And
Hi, guys.
she's talking about cosplay for a cure. So, not Jackie. Jackie's over here.
I'm over
So,
here.
Casey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Not too bad, not too
Awesome.
bad. And also for our listeners, to let you know, we have a bit of delay between us talking to Casey. So, if there's a little bit hesitation, please forgive us on our end of things. And we'll take it from there. So anyways, how are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. So anyways, as I told our listening audience, I sort of came across your actual Facebook page and what you do sort of by accident. And if you don't mind, could you possibly tell us, our listening audience, on who you are and what you do?
My name is Casey, and I am the founder of a group called Cosplay for a Cure. And we came about last year when a friend of ours in the Niagara region, which is where some of us are based out of, who happens to be a friend and fellow cosplayer, told us she had stage 3 breast cancer.
Oh my goodness, that's absolutely horrible. We're really sorry to hear about that. So how is she coming along? Is she okay, or what?
She is actually doing really, really well. She's in the last stages of her treatment right now, some radiation.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got an amazing spirit, and she has just been an inspiration to anyone who knows her through all of this.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. So before everything got together, I'm assuming that you and a group of friends got together and say, hey, we have to get together to help our friend out, and thus form Cosplay with a Cure?
I had already been trying to figure out a way to do some sort of charity fundraiser through cosplaying.
Yeah.
And then when she told us that, I was like, well, it's got to be for breast cancer now. So I contacted a couple other friends and said, what do you guys think about doing a photo booth, which is what we run, where we print out a 4x6 photo for you at the booth for a minimum donation of $2.
Yep.
At one of the conventions. And they said, yeah, this is great. Okay, yeah, I'm in. I contacted any convention that was coming up in the area. Con Bravo and FanX happened to be two of them.
Okay.
And Con Bravo got back to me and said, yes, we'll have you. And in under 6 weeks, we were set up, had our booth, and we're at Con Bravo last year for the very first time. And over the weekend, we raised $700.
That's absolutely fantastic, and I'm really glad to hear that. And on top of that, we at the show were also at Con Bravo last for their last event, and we were very impressed, and they put everything together, and we're hoping to return this year as well. And speaking of Con Bravo, I'm assuming you're returning this year as well?
Yes, we are.
Excellent.
We will be at Con Bravo this year.
Mm-hmm.
We do the Canadian Toy Show that happens in Burlington 5 times a year.
Okay.
We'll also be actually coming up to Waterloo to the Waterloo Video Game Swap in April.
Okay. That sounds absolutely...
And we are currently trying to get to Anime North Atomic Lollipop, and Fan Expo.
I did.
But we haven't heard back from those ones yet.
Yeah, for sure. Those are sometimes down the line, if you know what I mean. So we'll have that. Hopefully that will all work in cohesion with you, and hopefully that will work out well. Another question I got for you: how long as a group have you been together for?
Since June of last year.
Since June of last year. Excellent. And how many people are currently in your group?
There are 15 of us that are part of the sort of core group.
Okay.
They're the original group, the group of us that all did Con Bravo together.
Oh, that's cool.
And then depending on how we expand and grow, we're also going to try and get some sort of on-call model volunteers for when we need the extra bodies at some of the bigger conventions.
For sure, for sure. And if you don't mind me asking, who are the names of your core group that you first started with?
Well, there's myself. I also go under by the name of Skyleaf Creations.
Okay.
And then we have my co-chair, which is Gina of Gina G and Red Ribbon Cosplays.
Okay.
There's also Jillikins, Olivia, Alate's cosplay.
Okay.
One of the Dangerous Ladies is part of our group.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember everybody's Facebook page name because a lot of my group does go by cosplay aliases.
Okay, that's totally cool. How about this? Just doing some creative thinking here. How about just give us the names of the people that you're working with, and then we could give them a direction where our listening audience could go to it, and they could check stuff out on their own accord. How's that sound?
Yeah, we actually do feature everybody of our group on our Facebook page.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which you can find on Facebook, obviously, at Cosplay for a Cure.
Cool.
We're starting to do features of the core members, one of which is one of our main photographers, which goes by the name of Heart Can Photography, and she's amazing.
All right, excellent. Sorry,
They can, people can... Sorry. People can find us through Facebook.
Yeah.
And all of our other contact information is also on our Facebook page.
Okay, I dig it. Not a problem at all. Do you currently have a Twitter feed by chance?
Yes, we do. We are... Oh my god, I can't remember the Twitter name.
You know what? That happens from time to time. Basically, joking around the actual office here, we call it the Airborne...
Cosplay a Cure.
One more time, sorry?
Cosplay a Cure.
Okay, perfect. All right, then. One of the few things on the air what I'd like to actually present to you, if this is possible. There's a fantastic event that's taking place in the Waterloo Regional area, which is coming on March 15th and the 17th. If I could talk to the actual curator of the show, would you be interested in coming to the Waterloo region and spreading some more of your fantastic love with all the actual convention people showing up?
Unfortunately for that weekend, we are already booked. We're in Burlington at the Canadian Toy Show.
Okay, not a problem. All right, then. So basically with all that, again, people can contact you on your Facebook group, which is www.facebook.com/cosplay for a cure, and they can find your Twitter feed and everyone else and everything else like that, correct?
Yes, under the About section, we have it all. We have our email and we have our Twitter feed, and hopefully soon we will actually have an actual website.
Excellent. Well, basically, we are pretty much out of time for our actual for the rest of this interview. So basically, is there anything else you'd like to add before we part ways here?
Just that if you see us at one of the conventions, or if you know a convention you would like to have us at, preferably in the Ontario region, just contact us through our page, and we'll do our best to get back to you and let you know.
All right, that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, Casey, thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll basically go to our next break, and we'll take it all from here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay, very good. All right, Part, if you could play us out with something, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Can you come over? Are you around? I need ain't no good for your dad. You think I'm a bad boy, you think I'm alright. And what you got is gonna keep me up all night. Love, hit me with the hard stuff. Girl, you got me bugging, I've been trying to get you back. I know what it is. Sometimes you gotta push through all your obstacles, know what I mean? No matter what the options are, there is no roof, there is no fail. Let's go, seem like life go like a speed. Slow on down, baby, just to breathe. It's cold outside, I just leave. Got here late, like just to leave. Wings on my shirt, and I cannot fly. Asked do I love it, but I cannot lie. Open up the door like, can I ride? Heart made of stone, I cannot cry. Hand on the glass, I can feel the rain. You don't wanna fight, not feel your pain. But I gotta go hard, gotta go far. That don't mean that we gotta fall apart. I'ma stand tall for all of us. Cause fate on the phone and he calling us. We came from the ground and we crawling up. You can feel it in your fist when you boiling up. If the sky turns black, it don't matter. We know the sun is coming up. Feel so strong, it won't shatter. We were born to run. Sky turn black, it won't matter. Feel so strong, won't shatter. We were born to run, run, run. We were born to run, run. My time, my shine. They think I'm out of my mind. One shot, one line, 2 words, she asking my sign. The wait, so long, took a minute for us to get strong. One chance, we own. Take another look, you know that we gone. Hand on the glass, I can feel the rain. You don't wanna fight, not feel your pain. But I gotta go hard, gotta go far. That don't mean that we gotta fall apart. I'ma stand tall for all of us. Cause fate on the phone and he calling us. We came from the ground and we crawling up. You can feel it in your fist when you boiling up. If the sky turns black, it don't matter. We know the sun is coming up. Feel so strong, it won't shatter. We were born to run. Sky turn black, it won't matter. Feel so strong, won't shatter. We were born to run, run, run. We were born to run, run. Sky turn black, won't matter. Feel so strong, won't shatter. We were born to run, run, run. We were born to run, run. Gone, try to find the right train to be on. So hard to be strong when you're down, down, down. Go and pick yourself up off the ground. Sky turn black, won't matter. Feel so strong, won't shatter. We were born to run, run. If the sky turns black, it don't matter. We know the sun is coming up. Feel so strong, it won't shatter. We were born to run. Sky turn black, it won't matter. Feel so strong, won't shatter. We were born to run, run, run. We were born to run, run. Sky turn black, won't matter. Feel so strong, won't shatter. We were born to run, run, run. We were born to run, run.
from CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial. As we mentioned before, once and twice, several times, over and over again. This is the weekly trending fandom show. We broadcast every Tuesday from 12 until 2, and we cover all the wonderful fantasticness, which is basically movies, comic books, anime, everything else that's in the fandom sphere, and everything like that. Plus, on top of that, when you hear us live, you can do such by going to the station's website, which is www.soundfm.ca. Plus, on top of that, we're the bestest show you have to see on the internet, and you can catch that at www.thewtfshow.com/live. Plus, on top of that, we just finished wrapping up things with a fantastic Casey Brown, who is one of the chairs for a wonderful organization called Cosplay for a Cure. And you can actually find them on the Facebook group, which is www.facebook.com/Cosplay for a Cure. And if you can, if you don't want to see suffering from some form of cancer or illness, which is very unfortunate, you can find all the fantastic information on the previous mentioned URL. So with all that being said, we're going to move from the wonderfulness of cosplay into more grown-up cosplay, known as wrestling. So we're going to talk about some WWE stuff, some Impact stuff, some stuff that's happening in the region and stuff like that.
All right.
So here we are.
So quickly,
Mano.
let's talk about Impact. What do you think?
I thought Impact was awesome. So we'll move into WWE stuff
Nice.
from that point. Well, the funny thing is, talking about Impact really quickly here, they're doing some really cheesy storylines right now.
Right.
Focusing around the Aces to Eights, focusing around Bubba Ray, and how he's married to Hulk Hogan's daughter now,
Brooke,
which
yeah.
is like Paige right out of the Triple H. And
Stephanie
yeah,
McMahon.
there. And on top, the one thing I will give Impact, as we much like kicking them around, is that the women's division, not too bad. Not bad at all.
For TNA?
I think it's better than WWE right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think they're doing something right, at least with that.
For sure.
The rest of the guys are kind of up dirt and, you know,
Yeah.
that type of stuff, because once again, Matt Hardy's the champion of that. It's
Right.
like, really?
If they have actually one wrestler going good for them, it's Austin Aries.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Austin
And
Aries.
on top of that, for more brand relation stuff, I do believe that the one of the kind, what's his name? The guy smokes pot all the time, Rob Van Dam.
Oh, Van Dam.
Yeah, Van Dam.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah. He's now the ex-champion as well.
Yeah.
For
No,
Triple
actually,
X division.
the one guy took it from him.
Oh, who's that?
Some black dude, man. I forget his name.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Har!
What? It's not racist.
Politically correct this again.
We're the WWE show, do not really, whatever. We'll move forward with all this.
It's just like saying the white dude. What?
What? Par?
Wow.
What the hell?
All right, from that,
All right, so
there's
from
no
that,
there's no
from that
transition here,
kerfuffle,
but let's get into
wrestling
WWE.
around with
Yeah,
that,
there you
we'll go into WWE stuff.
So real
basically,
quick-
last night was WWE's Raw.
And it was called
Retro!
Old School Raw.
Yeah, no, I'm over.
What did you think?
Unfortunately, caught a couple of matches because, as I said before, I'm up to my neck, and I got caught up. I'm up to my neck in
W?
No, ECW.
No.
EC. Oh
not-
my
he's
God,
not
I'm
that
so
tight with Paul
tongue-tied.
Heyman.
PNC?
Thank you. Convention work. Thank you for. And Jack, you're gonna leave me.
I know, they're gonna
How
do it,
could
man.
you leave me in the show? Where would I be? Power will be going. Yep.
Where the saves gonna come from, guy?
What's that?
Where the saves gonna come
Oh,
from?
exactly.
No one's gonna be able to
Jack,
save
you're
it.
unplaceable. I'm gonna hire you for $50,000.
Tell her to tune in, man.
Yeah. Okay. There
Yeah, and then we can call her on the cell phone.
We go. There we go. And she
Yeah.
can actually correct us on there.
Yeah, through your cell phone. You
There you
can
go.
pay the bills.
Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll charge it the station. They can
There
afford
you
it.
go. Yeah, step your game up.
So anyways, moving forward with
Yeah, yeah.
WWE
Yeah.
Raw Retro, because I'm doing EMC work.
Okay, were they all, like, with walkers and canes and stuff like
Oh,
that?
goodness gracious, yes.
Like, half of them
They
really
celebrated, what's your name's birthday?
Geriatric Society?
Oh, no, we're talking about
Yeah.
geriatrics? Here's this.
I know who you're talking about.
May
May Young? Is it?
May Young.
Is it?
They
Yeah.
celebrated May Young's birthday, and I think she hit 90.
And then CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk.
I'm not
you
having
know.
none of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I walked away from it, which is great, because
Yeah.
he's the best in the world.
Now,
so,
real quickly,
yeah.
did you know something, Recepit, that the Shield actually, after when Raw went off air, they came out and they pummeled Big Show?
Did they?
So what's happening there is because Big Show's
Wait a
already had his...
second, we just jumped over the whole show.
Well, I know.
Are you jumping the shark?
That's how we do, man. Well, I'm going to tell them what happened after because This is at the end of the show.
Well, let's do it for the end of the show.
All right,
segment
all right,
then. It
that's
doesn't
all
make
good.
sense. It's like,
So-
we just started the show, and now we end it. Oh, my gosh. All right, then.
For a
So,
second.
Were you excited
just
about
too excited.
Taker coming out there with the new attire
yeah,
and all
the
that
funny
to,
thing is
to
that the
start
beginning
Raw?
of the show is called a curtain jerk. So the
Yeah.
thing is that
Yeah.
with the Undertaker coming out for the curtain jerk, I thought that was... I almost think it's beneath him, to be honest with you, because he's such a phenom, a
Right.
legend in sports entertainment.
Right.
And having him opening the show, it's like, really?
Could they
Yeah.
have not chose a different term for that? Like,
Nope.
a bunch of men running around in spandex.
Oh, yeah.
and fighting.
Who's going to do the
each other.
curtain jerk today?
Exactly.
Curtain
Like,
jerk.
I'm sorry. I'm so with Mr.
Jackie!
Burns on
I'd
this.
rather,
It's tongue
you know what?
tied.
I'd rather do a curtain jerk than kiss McMahon's ass.
Yeah, pretty
bare
much.
ass.
Part of his
At
club.
that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
So,
Punk,
well,
Punk
well,
came
well,
You
out.
wouldn't be able to kiss much other than plaster right now.
No, it's not,
So-
not
I
plastic. It's more
understand.
like it's more like titanium steel.
Yeah.
Well, they've got him in a plaster cast, right? So to
I
kiss
don't know
the
if
butt.
they do. I don't know.
I don't
Who
know.
knows? That's a bit too
It's
much.
being guarded
I don't
right
want to
now.
picture Vince's.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
we already seen enough
But
of
the
Vince.
funny
Oh,
is,
no, we're
all
talking
kidding
about
put aside-
curtain jerks.
Yeah.
But all kidding
Yeah,
put aside,
no
having
kidding.
Undertaker in that position is probably the smartest way to end it off because again he was around in that era.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see all that take place.
And I think WWE, because of just how bad their programming has been, it's a way to keep them tuned in. Here's Undertaker.
There's
Stay
What are we
tuned.
gonna do? In case of emergency, break glass. Let the
You must
Undertaker
sit through
run the
3
show.
hours of hell to find out.
Exactly. So, anyways,
Yeah, Punk came
Undertaker,
out, right?
yeah,
Punk
Punk
came
comes
out.
out.
He did his thing on the mic. He talked about how the audience was, the fans screwed him.
Yeah.
And Punk says, what the world just saw, what the world is right now,
Yeah.
and the universe is right now, it
Yeah.
just gives him more purpose to be there.
Awesome.
And he said not only that, but what fuels him as a wrestler is taking Undertaker's streak and putting it to 20-1, right?
perfect.
So that was a big statement by
Perfect.
Punk.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, this has been floating around the internets for some time now with
Course.
Taker versus Punk, and the thing is that I honestly thought we wouldn't see it this year.
No.
Honestly thought, and
No.
it's like wow. So the thing is, seeing this actually develop and grow is absolutely fantastic. So we'll talk about other
sure.
matches really quickly here. The biggest one that I kind of liked was the Hell No versus the
Yeah,
Players.
that was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
Um,
And also Ted DiBiase did his thing as well. With
Right,
that,
right.
Which
So-
is awesome. But the thing is, there was no theme music for him, which is like,
No.
oh, are you kidding me? There was some at the end, but not at the beginning, which is too bad.
And he shoved
Jackie,
the...
you okay? It looks like you're suffering
No,
from
I'm
nearsightedness.
like picturing when I used to watch wrestling when I was like, what is it, knee high to a grasshopper? As they
Yeah,
called it.
yeah.
These are all wrestlers from when I watched it.
Oh,
That
yeah?
was like 20 years ago, showing my age.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can think of is walkers and canes and wheelchairs and
Yeah.
the nurses and the nursing staff going, no, don't do that.
On that
Yeah.
note, though, what
Yeah.
she's talking about, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, man, they still got it.
They still got. Well, the
They
thing
still
is,
got it,
doesn't
man.
surprise me because
was
everyone's going.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan there?
He was.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He
Yeah,
was.
and also Honky Tonk Man was there as well.
Honky Tonk
Yeah,
was there.
swinging his hip around and hitting people with the head with the
Heath
guitars.
Slater, he gave Heath a little bit of a push.
You got it.
The Bushwhackers?
No.
No.
A little bit
They're
of a
still eating
push.
plants somewhere
Yeah.
in the Amazon.
Oh, pretty much. So,
But
this will-
just
right.
kind of keep on
Steak
on
the
that.
steak?
No.
You know what was really
Jake, something
disappointing
happened right
about
now. What's
the
that?
show was we got Mania coming up, Recepit and Rock and Cena, man, they just butchered their segment.
You know what? Twice in a lifetime. Why not? Makes sense to me.
But they butchered.
I'm
Yeah.
not aware of that.
The-
I was going, really?
Man, it was so boring. Like,
Oh,
the
wait,
only
wait,
thing-
hold on. I'm being distracted because Jackie's doing the roll up the rim.
Oh, she's not gonna win.
Yeah,
You know,
okay,
it's a
okay.
scam,
Yeah,
man. Timmy's
it's
a scam.
It's over. By the way,
Shout out to
hold
Timmy's
on,
for
I'd like
scamming.
to I'm gonna take a quick left turn here. Jackie, how was your hot chocolate?
It wasn't a hot chocolate.
Okay, there we go. So it was better than last.
She
Excellent.
learned her lesson. No more hot chocolate.
There we go. So, anyways, we're talking about how The Rock and CM Punk just snuck up the place for the promo. So yeah, no,
You mean Rock and Cena?
what did I say?
Punk. You said
I
Punk.
said Punk.
Yeah.
Just shows you how
You
much
can never
of the
diss Punk,
best in
man.
the world.
See, I
It's
told
the
you.
best in the world.
There you go.
You know, it's the best.
You
So
had
Cena-
doubts, but see, I can throw in the save. Only when it's wrestling, though.
There you go. So, anyways, we got not CM Punk, but John
the Rock.
Cena.
I mean, The Rock and
The
Cena.
Rock.
And Cena's sitting there using quotes from Mike Tyson, man.
Yeah, so
He
he's
used
gonna
Mike
bite his
Tyson
ear.
quotes.
He's gonna
I
bite his
mean,
ear off. He's going,
it was
"Nom,
probably
nom,
the
nom."
only smartest thing Tyson ever said. in his lifetime. But I don't know if I have the exact quote with me, but
It's okay, you can paraphrase it, man.
yeah, I mean, it was along the lines of, he said, "You're never really truly a champion until you beat everybody living," or something like
Yeah,
that.
so
right?
CM Punk's done that already then.
So
What's that,
I mean,
Sergio?
Say it all like you're never really a champion until you do it.
and Swagger, like, to answer Jackie's other question, Swagger faced off
Read
against
the people.
against Duggan, right?
Yeah.
So it was a good match. You already touched on the Daniel Bryan and Kane versus primetime players.
Yeah.
Tensai, we're not going to touch on that. That was just
Yeah.
a horrible match on its own.
Yeah.
What did you think about Triple H though, man? Coming out and saying, he's in the best shape he's ever been in. He's gonna take it to Brock. Do you believe in this? Honestly though, here's one thing I want to tell you.
All right.
This is probably the best build up to Mania so far. I mean, out of all
think
the
so?
storylines, out of all those, yeah, it's the only one that's captured my attention,
Really?
man.
Really?
Yeah.
What about CM Punk versus Undertaker?
My bad.
Thank you.
Let me.
Thank you.
yeah,
the light bulb
I
comes
regress.
in. There
I
you go.
regress.
And now I understand why I'm saying CM Punk so much. Is like CM Punk versus Undertaker. Like,
that-
it's like
that's it.
hands
Now-
down.
Now let's
oh my
talk about
gosh.
that. You think he's gonna end it, man?
Well, the thing is that it's going to be very interesting. My gut is saying no, but however, my brain is saying yes. Reason being is that if you look at the actual build-up towards Undertaker getting involved in the whole WWE universe or the actual show,
Yeah.
he's having problems now.
Right.
So the thing is that also on top of that, my honest opinion, I think CM Punk gave up the belt fairly easily.
Right.
Because he would rip The Rock apart,
Right.
limb from limb. The thing is, from an actual character story perspective, there's a bit of a hesitation there. So I think to keep CM Punk happy, they're going to feed him the streak from Undertaker. Plus, on top of that, I think CM Punk, if he wins this will put him in a better position for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right.
And I think that's what they're leading up towards next year's pay-per-view.
Right.
And on top of that, the thing is that the Undertaker, great, awesome, never been matched, never been duplicated or anything else like that. But the thing is that when it really comes down to it, if he's going to lose to anyone, I think he should lose to the best in the world. And when it really comes down to it right now, CM Punk has that mantle.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of this, other internet stuff I'm looking at as well. The things that CM Punk has done in a less time than The Rock has is absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And people have completely forgotten about that. So
Right,
if I
right.
think it's going to be anyone in the WWE universe he should be losing to, it should be simply it should be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right.
But since he's no longer around the actual official roster, you have CM Punk. Because could you what the tragedy of Undertaker losing to John Cena?
Yeah.
Would just be retarded. Exactly. And on top of that, if you're going to have another superstar, you have your one ace card you could play, and Taker's it.
Yeah.
So if they're going to have two superstars, it's going to be John Cena and CM Punk.
Right.
But they have to be on the same level.
Yeah.
And right now, CM Punk needs that push for that. And make that happen from an actual strategic perspective, that's what you need to see happen.
And also to expand on that, we haven't had a breakthrough wrestler, as the argument goes.
Yeah,
Since
exactly.
the Attitude Era, right? Since
Exactly.
your Rocks, your Stone Colds, your Mick Foleys, right?
Yep.
I think if CM Punk is allowed to beat Taker at Mania,
Yep.
this will catapult him into a
Whole different strategy.
Exactly.
And the thing is that's what WWE needs right
That's
now.
what they need.
Because as they have Jericho doing the push, as we talked about and making fun of for several weeks now on the show here,
Yeah.
other things like that, this is the last ace card WWE has. If they're going to spend it, it should be on Punk. Because if they throw it to Ryback,
Yeah.
it'd be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They can't do it to the Shield because it's just too soon, too quick.
Exactly.
Edge is gone.
Yeah.
All the other guys are pretty much gone.
Yeah, and not only that, but people won't accept those people.
Yeah,
They
and the
won't
thing is that
accept
you need
Ryback.
to pass the torch
Yeah.
on. And I think out of everyone in the WWE roster right now, CM Punk is the only one that could actually carry it respectfully and
Yeah.
move forward with it, regardless if he's a heel or a face.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, well said.
I think it should work in that aspect. And if they don't, I think the WWE will be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because you need, what all really comes down to, zeros and ones, they need this WrestleMania to work, and they need next year's WrestleMania to blow the roof off of everything.
Of
And if they
course.
don't have that, the WWE could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I'm looking at receivership type of trouble.
Yeah, or they might start trying to recruit some of those TNA wrestlers to save. Whatever they
Possibly.
got.
Possibly. You
'Cause
know,
I've
they're
been
bringing the old
wondering when
boys
they're
home.
going to do that, man. Steal
Well,
like.
the thing is that,
they
my
got
honest
some-
opinion, I don't think if I was WWE talent right now, I'll be looking at people at Ultimate Fighter
Of course.
and stuff like that to bring
Yeah.
that in versus going back to let's bring in our former employees to the actual
Yeah.
fold once again. Again. You know what I mean? It's like,
Can
so it's
somebody
just
clarify something for me?
yes, ma'am.
Do we remember the guy that used to walk around with Undertaker?
His name is Paul Bearer,
Yeah.
and he has the urn.
He's been around.
Oh yeah.
He exists?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's still around. As a matter of fact, the thing is
That
that
guy
he
gives
was.
me the freaks. He
Yeah.
looks like Eddie Munster and...
Oh no! Well, thus he's working effectively. The last time we saw Paul Bearer, what was it? Kane locked him up in a meat locker,
Something like that.
and that's the last time we saw Paul Bearer. But however, in real time, the gentleman who plays Paul Bearer, which I can't remember his name unfortunately, was actually suffering, I think, from diabetes or something like that. He had to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So he made a deal with Vince McMahon to get his stomach stapled for doing some more performances.
So he's gonna
That's what he did.
start being able to fit inside the urn.
You're
The look on Receptac's face.
what are
is-
you doing?
He's like, he has a serious question coming up.
Alvin Moody.
What's that?
William Alvin Bill Moody.
There you go.
That
You should
sounds
post
about
a
right.
recent pic posted on Weekly Trend and Fandom page for the
There you go.
peeps out there.
Throw it up there, Jack, if you
let's-
can.
Before we head on to the next segment,
Yeah.
just quickly what I
Yeah,
shouldn't
what
have
are
done
your
at
thoughts?
the,
And
I
on
know.
top of that, one of the few things you always brought to the Weekly Trinity Fan Show, which we're always very happy with, you always bring what the people are saying.
There you go.
Especially online. So I guess
Yeah.
the question is, let's wrap this up. And what are the people saying about
Well, the
this?
people are talking about what happened after Raw went off the air.
Yes.
So you had the fatal four-way wrestlers inside the
Yeah.
ring. You had
What do you think of that
Sheamus.
match?
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, Orton to me is getting stale, so
Yeah.
I don't know where he's going now. Obviously, Punk pinned Orton to face Undertaker now
Yeah.
at Mania.
Wh-
So
wh-
you
which,
can
is, which is a big thing there.
Yeah,
Because
so
I
you
can think
can
of
see
that.
a feud
Well, the thing is,
coming
it
there.
used to be John Cena and Randy Orton to
Yeah.
take care of the actual WWE for years to come. But due to
Exactly.
the wellness policy that WWE has, which I think is a complete farce,
Yeah.
they're really pushing Randy down.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure they're pushing him down to build him back up, but to have him lose to CM Punk says
Right.
a lot right there.
I think they're gonna push him back up, like you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
But later, and it's gonna happen against Punk. That's
Yeah, for
the
sure. Because
reason
at
he
the
lost
same
to
time,
Punk.
Randy Orton is also really upset with WWE.
Oh,
And
yeah?
there was talks about him going to Impact.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Randy and
That'd be
Orton
nuts.
Impact, that would be
That
a
would,
game
that
changer.
would probably be. I don't know if it would be as worse, but it would be close as to when Angle went over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Angle already had that fanfare. He already had that, he already had that build.
Yeah.
Randy's not on his level. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, quickly before we transition
Mm-hmm,
to touch on what people are talking about, man, is Big Show might actually be turning to the good side, turning
A
over to a
face
good guy
again?
again, a face. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So and I'm assuming this is what happened after the show.
Yeah. Shield picked him up and just powerbombed his ass.
Oh wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
man. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So the rumor is because Show doesn't have a match right now set in stone at Mania. Well, he doesn't have. a
Makes
match,
sense.
period.
Feed him to the Shield or
Right.
Shield.
Let him
Yeah.
kill Shield, man.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
So, did you want to move on to something else there, Receptac?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that from all this smashing into things and blowing things up, and again going from cosplay to wrestling, and because that's the grown-up version of cosplay. Let's talk about more cosplay stuff, like movies.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice. Who
More
doesn't like
movie
movies?
stuff. All right then. So to start off with, I'm just gonna make this one point here. We'll throw the ball back and forth. You know what I mean?
Sure, buddy.
As I like to open with all the movie stuff, is Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's on the chopper and back in the studio. But anyways, just recently in the last couple of hours, it's been dropped, and we're the very first to broadcast is in the Wild of the region that Arnold Schwarzenegger is returning back to basics. What I mean by that is going back to the world of bodybuilding.
What?
And how he's going to contribute towards the bodybuilding community is that he will be the executive editor of Flex and Muscle and Fitness starting
Wow.
immediately. So basically, he's working with that. I think what's going on here is that he's actually trying to rebuild his career because of all the poop-tacular movies that have been taking place.
For
And on top
sure.
of all that, Sharon Stone has also stepped to the plate and actually talked about Schwarzenegger's personal life. And basically what she's saying, in a nutshell, in a WTF nutshell, is telling everyone just to back off because it's none of their business.
Oh, so she's on Schwarzenegger's side, you mean?
Oh, goodness gracious,
okay,
yeah.
nice.
And the thing is that supposedly she has a real relationship with Schwarzenegger. What I mean by that is that, you know, in Hollywood, you schmooze and stuff like that. Well, supposedly
Yeah.
Sharon Stone actually has a really decent relationship with Schwarzenegger. So with that, she's really stepped up saying, you know what, this is none of one's business. Just back off. You know, everything that happens, happens. So
Yeah.
everyone goes through this and just, you know, take a long walk off a short pier type of thing.
Most
So, so with that, there's no real movie
What
news.
if I want a short walk off a long pier?
You can do that too. Yeah.
To be honest, I think Sharon Stone should be giving us more Basic Instinct scenes. But
Yeah, well, for
that's
sure.
just me.
For sure. Well, I always had a thing for older women, and Sharon Stone fits that niche perfectly. So, anyways, moving forward.
Grilled cheese sandwich crotch shot.
Jackie! That's worse than par!
you
Stop it! Anyways.
show just went
so
south
the
today.
thing is that it's going to be very...
That's just me. Sorry.
Stop it.
All right, so
All right.
there you go.
There's a save from my end here.
Nice.
All right. So anyways, to move forward with all this, I haven't heard any new movies from Schwarzenegger yet, so it should be interesting what takes place.
I'm kind of happy that he's doing it, man. Like, I mean, when I do get a chance to hit up the gym, man, everybody
Yeah.
still talks about Arnie, how he's been a force in the industry. So
Oh, completely.
this can only
Oh my
build up
God.
his character again, man.
Yeah,
It's
well,
gonna
it
build up
could
his
be. It'd
character.
be interesting because my personal opinion, I think
I don't
this is- I think it's going back to basics, but at the same time, I also think that he's he's also has to rebuild his career. But the thing is that the way I look at it, he used to be the governor of California,
Right.
And going back to a simple job like this, and simple in quotations, sort of like it has to be a career builder. Get him
And I'm
back
sure he
in the
lost a
business
lot of fans. Like, a lot of fans felt he might have been a sellout. A lot of fans hated him.
Well,
because
it's not
maybe
quite
what he-
selling out; it's buying in,
Well,
in the American style.
well,
God
of
bless
course,
America.
right. But I mean, if you're a fan of his movies, you're probably not going to be a fan of his political views. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure he lost a lot of fans because.
Well,
of
the thing is, when it really comes down to it, it's
Skeletor wife.
Oh yeah.
well, at the same time here, it's just there's a whole bunch of stuff floating around Schwarzenegger, and the way I look at it, it's sort of like he's got to do what he has to do.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, I really think that his last movie wasn't that bad overall. Like I've seen a lot worse that made
Oh,
a
of
lot
course.
more money.
Of course.
Again, the thing is that I think that maybe his actual his path that it was trying to follow just maybe wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So I think he's trying to stay in the media to be more relevant, and it should be interesting how things move from this forward.
yeah,
I haven't given up on the whole
keep tabs on
Schwarzenegger
this
stuff
one.
yet. I might be the last fan on the planet, but when it really comes down to it, it's sort of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So so we'll close the book on that, and we'll move into another Hollywood veteran known as Harrison Ford. And
Oh, I heard about that.
he's been confirmed for a new movie coming up called Anchorman 2, The Legend
Yeah.
Continues. So he plans to have a role in that as well.
Yeah.
And that should be really interesting how that comes together, because Anchorman 2 seems to be building up for something that's going to be kind of cool, because I have a whole bunch of other actors that are on board, and it's going to be really interesting how that takes place.
And not only that, but this is his first full-fledged comedy. He's done comedies,
Yeah.
but with an action twist
Yep.
or with a romantic twist.
Yeah.
So what's being reported and touched upon on the interwebs, if you will, is this is his first comedy straight up.
Yep. So
I
it should be
think
interesting.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
And again,
Han Solo's-
it's not a main role; it's a supporting role.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See if he can hold his own.
Oh,
in
I'm
the,
pretty sure he
comedy
will.
genre.
I think he will. I think
I
he'll
love
do great.
Harrison, man.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Harrison is awesome, especially with his cereal.
Yep.
Yep.
Did
So-
you hear any of the juicy Avengers news on the web?
Well, what do you have under your?
Okay, well, the fans might be a little pissed with this news, but there was speculation that the Avengers 2
Yeah.
would center around Planet Hulk, like a Planet Hulk.
I
storyline.
talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been
I
confirmed-
trended this already. So
Yeah.
So-
but it's now. It's been,
are they catching up to me and us?
Yeah, you've been denied.
But it's been officially confirmed that it's not going ahead.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, Recep and angry.
Yeah, yeah.
My smash will be.
What color do you turn?
Yeah.
Purple?
Yeah. Purple sounds good.
So they sat down with the director. People over at IGN sat down with the director. He went on to say that, while I'm not supposed to comment, but no, that's nonsense. Speculation that the Avengers would be Hulk-centric began last month, and he said it wasn't really a reputable website. I mean, let's put it into context. Who's really heard of the Latino Review? They're the website.
All the Spanish people have.
Oh yeah, yeah.
These guys are getting a lot of actually buzz, this Latino review site, because they're breaking a lot of things. However, a lot of things are getting wrong, and you know.
Well, the fun thing is, J.J. Abrams also wasn't supposed to be directing Star Wars.
Right.
So the thing is that we don't know if this is a ploy that's going on, or spin that's taking place. But the thing is, the way I look at it, who knows what's going to happen until it happens. And one of the things I know about Hollywood, especially their Hollywood machine,
Yeah.
they always come back and say, "Yes, we're doing it anyways."
It's
Right.
the Hollywood mind beast with two backs.
Beast with two backs.
So
Metaphorically be.
Okay,
speaking.
that's. I thought I was thinking of a dog with two backs. Going, why are we talking about Klingons? I don't
yeah,
get
did you
it.
feed it like aspartame?
Yeah, pretty much. Ah!
So just to close on that topic, he went on to say something interesting. He said the reason we're not going to go in that direction is it would take away screen time from Ruffalo, who we all know brought a lot of credibility to the Hulk role as his human form.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to take away from what that guy brought to the movie,
Yeah.
which I think is big, man. He's given him a big role. He's given him a big responsibility, if you will.
Well, we'll figure. Well, the way I look at it, we do not know what's going to happen until it happens.
I think the best.
Yeah.
I think he's done the best Hulk since the original.
No, I completely agree.
Do you want to
on
bounce?
TV.
Keep the ball bouncing in the superhero direction? Have you heard
Elbow
anything
bouncing?
else?
What's that?
Have you heard anything else in the superhero world of movies?
Well, the funny thing is that I was going to talk about that in our comic book segment.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the big news?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
well, the thing is that we'll talk more about that in our comic book segment, if that's okay with you, Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Carr.
yeah, I think that's good.
Thank you, Mr. P. I
That is
appreciate
the big
it.
news right
There
now.
we go. So, anyways,
Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, stay tuned. Well, wait a second. Are we talking about Gary Oldman?
No, we're talking about DC's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
movie.
No, I know
Oh,
exactly what
yeah,
you're talking about. We're on the same
yeah,
page.
there
Very
you
good. Well, the big thing that I wanted to talk about, since this is our movie segment,
There you
because
go.
the thing is that we have our different segments, right, Par?
There you go.
Is that Gary Oldman is going to be joining the cast of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which should be really, really cool.
Jackie
because
doesn't approve.
You didn't like the reboot of Planet of the Apes?
The whole making old movies new.
I
Done.
I am so much on the same page as you are. It's ridiculous, like completely. But here comes the hypocritical side of yours truly. When I saw Planet of the Apes, and the thing is, at the same time, everyone in the studio, outside the studio, online, everything else, knows I'm a major movie buff. And the thing is that,
Charlton Heston, the original one.
yes, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, you got
And
it.
the thing is that I didn't like when Hollywood went back to base and start repackaging their crap over again. And basically from that, when I saw Planet of the Apes on the big screen, I was actually impressed on the actual storyline, the character development, and also the use of actual both real and CG graphics. And the
Yeah.
thing is that when I saw Caesar as the character there, I was completely blown away on how they actually made this CGI puppet actually realistic.
Right.
And because of that, it won Academy Award for Best Special Effects and everything else like that, which is well deserved. And the thing is that usually, Jackie, I would be on the same page as you going, yeah, that's Bash or somebody's from Sunday. Like, yeah. But the thing is that the last Planet of the Apes movie was Rise of the Apes, was sort of like a prequel with a left turn type of thing, was really, really good. I was impressed because the thing is that what I was always complaining about is how stories didn't have any decent stories, character development, plot, and everything else like that. And walking into this thing, I wanted to hate this movie so bad it wasn't funny, just to prove my point. But when I watched it, I went, wow, this is actually decent stuff. And the thing is that what they're trying to do here is that and this is one of the few movies that started the whole reboot aspect with a new angle. Like as an example, with something I'll get in a comic book segment, which I'm furious with.
You're gonna burn some comics.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Hulk smash.
separate smash. But anyways, Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman himself is a fantastic actor, and the thing is that have you seen some of his actual other movies like Professional and stuff like that? Also, the big one would be The Fifth Element that he was in as well. Is that Gary Oldman could flip from one character to another character, and the thing is that it's not Gary Oldman starring as his character; he actually pushes the character forward.
Yeah.
And the biggest one would be Commissioner Gordon in the Batman series. If you compared Commissioner Gordon to the bad guy that was in Professional, and then that character from the character from The Fifth Element and all of his other work, it's amazing. He actually is a decent actor that goes from one movie to another. And also on top of that, he's also in Harry Potter as well, which you probably can't remember because the thing is, it's not about Gary Oldman, the thespian actor. It's Gary Oldman
Who is
as
this
the
guy?
character. He played the werewolf guy
Yeah.
in Harry Potter. But anyways, we'll let Jackie percolate that for a bit. Whatever. Long story short, the thing is that Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor, in my opinion, probably one of the
sure.
best in our generation. I'm not saying age demographic. I'm saying
Old
generation. Yes, Oldman. And the thing is that for him to be on board with this just proves what I said before on how good the movie Rise of the Planet of the Apes was to get on board with this particular new project, which is basically Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And the thing is that it should be
Right.
very interesting how this is working, especially with Ullman on board.
Yeah.
And before we hop into the top 5 news, anything else you wish to add for our movie segment?
Yeah, for sure. One quick thing: The Hobbit actually finally hit the 1 billion mark
Yep.
worldwide at the box office. So that was big.
Yep, and also I'm glad you mentioned The Hobbit as well, because one of the few things that is actually coming up, it was almost overlooked in my notes here, is that The Hobbit is basically being pushed back
Yep.
to December,
Right.
which is very interesting, because the thing is supposed to come out in the summer, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, the summer, basically December of next year, it will be released in the theaters, which is very interesting for me to see. And I'm hoping that it's not going to be a spectacular movie.
Well, the reason they're doing that real quick, and let's not, I don't want to go off on a tangent,
Yeah,
but
no,
just
for sure.
to give you a history.
Is it because they're all walking?
Yeah. No, you remember Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings? They
what's
always, yeah, what is that? Precious.
Precious.
They always release the ones after
Yeah.
in December.
Yeah.
So 02 and 03.
Yeah.
So they're trying to
Do you think
follow
they
that formula. That's what they're
well,
trying.
Makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
that being said, makes a lot of sense.
They're trying to repeat.
Serious
They're trying to repeat history, man.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah.
vampire guy. The
But-
wolf guy. Yeah.
yeah, that's basically that.
See, the thing is that you didn't even know who he was until.
Doesn't even look the same.
This is what I'm talking about. Like Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor, probably the best in our generation. It's just that simple. And the thing is that people go, "Well, who's he?" Once you start dropping on different movies. And ready for this? Here's another movie he played in, which we all forgot about. Remember that? This is a dumb reboot. Remember Lost in Space?
Yeah.
He played the bad guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
did
you're
that.
right.
Okay, here's
That movie was
another
so bad, I
reboot
didn't
that we
finish
want to
watching
think.
it.
Oh yeah.
RoboCop. Come on.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
any news on that in a while.
Everything I've seen online looks dumb.
Yeah, well,
I'm not impressed.
no.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
No, he's in like a black Batman-esque suit.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
something like that. And the thing is that the internet's already ripped them apart with all different means and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Did you-
But before we wrap up the segment, I go in the top 5. Have you guys heard of a movie called Oblivion, which is Tom Cruise's new movie coming out this summer? I
No.
believe. Yeah, it's
Can't
very
say that.
interesting. Very interesting. I wanted to have a round conversation about that, but if you guys haven't seen it yet,
Yeah, we'll do our homework on that.
Yeah,
The
for
reason
sure.
I
We'll come
honestly
back to
don't
that.
follow Tom Cruise is he's lost me with this whole Scientology.
no, for sure, for sure.
Scientology crap, man.
The funny thing is that this is very interesting because on top of all of that, Morgan Freeman's in it.
Very nice.
So the thing is that now you have the counterbalance. So it should be very interesting. So we'll come back to this roundtable talk about Tom Cruise's Oblivion. And
Sure.
if you guys have a chance to see the actual trailer, give us some more stuff to talk about on our next show.
All right.
So anything else you wish to add before I hop in?
No, that's it. I think it was a good segment for movies there.
Oh,
One
very
of our
much
best.
so.
Yeah,
Very
a
much
lot
so.
of news.
And of
So-
course, on top of that, with Jackie departing but staying on part-time with our Facebook group, if you can find some more movie news, we'll be posting stuff in there as well.
For sure.
So basically, with the top 5 that happened over the weekend.
Dracula?
Yeah, he played Dracula himself.
Oh my God.
See, once again, Rich Seppert comes up to the plate and says, Gary Oldman,
batting
fantastic thespian of our time. Everyone goes, who's he? Beautiful show, Sal. Beautiful. Because again, when someone like Brad Pitt plays something like that, or one of the top superstars, it's always about the actor playing the character.
Right.
In this case, he's focused on the character. Actor comes second. Because of that, he brings an actual genuine aspect to it, which is absolutely fantastic. So, well, that being said, we'll move forward with the top 5 here. And to start with, down from the 2 spot from last year.
Last year, wow.
Last week's
Trending.
show is at
Trending.
yeah, trending. From last week's trending is the Rock picture called Snitch.
Right.
Has dropped from number 2 to number 5.
Yeah.
Coming in
That's
at
awesome.
$7.7 million. Only if we had $1 million. And also on top of that, opening this weekend was a movie we talked about briefly, which is this is the funniest title ever. The Last Exorcism, Part 2. That's making Part 1 completely ineffective.
Right.
This title just really, really lame. But anyways, that came in
Stupidness.
at $8.3 million. And of course, opening this weekend is 21 and over.
Oh my
Older.
God.
Yep, that came in at $9 million. Plus, on top of that, holding on to that number 2 spot, like I do with a piece of sushi, is Identity Theft, coming in at $9.7 million. And
Not
of course, opening this weekend, the movie that you went to, Par,
Yeah.
Jack the Giant Slayer. Now, you ready for this? At a giant income of $28 million.
There you go. Not big enough for them though.
Yeah,
because it doesn't come close to the production cost.
I'm well aware of that.
So it was a
But however, the thing is that
giant
but the thing is that
debacle.
when we look at Identity Theft, it's only bringing in like 9.7.
Yeah.
And we look at Giant Slayer, it's almost bringing 30.
Right.
For an opening weekend, especially on a crappy March, that's not too bad overall.
No, and you know what, man? The CGI was good.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
I don't know. Originally, when we saw the hubby and I saw the commercial for it, we thought it was one of those not another scary movie kind of movies. We thought it was
Yeah.
a farce
Yeah.
movie that
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the funny thing as well, Palladium in Mississauga did a promotional bus with that basic giant footprint.
Oh, that's what that was. It was
And
just like,
yeah, and Recept had it on his Facebook. Man.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
I was
beautiful.
all over that. It's not
That was
bad.
good marketing.
I was gonna
tactic,
say, I
man.
know my feet are big, but they're
Got my
not that
attention.
big.
Oh, look, something shiny. Sorry. I'm sorry, Jackie. What was that?
Ooh, something
She
shiny.
said she got distracted.
buddy.
So basically, also on top of it, remember today's Cheapy Tuesday. If you can, please go and support your local independent video house
Theater
thingy.
Movie theater.
This is why Jackie is on the air.
There you go.
But yeah, support your local independent movie
Jackie
theater
buddy.
and go and watch some movies, kids. They're all good. So with that, let's hop into our third segment,
All right.
which I believe is cartoon stuff.
Oh, there we go.
Which is not too bad, thus marrying and completing our first full segment from cosplay to wrestling to movies to cartoon stuff.
See the transition. We go
Yeah.
smooth on the WTF
Oh,
show,
exactly,
baby.
exactly. New guy, you're finally here.
New
Yay!
guy. There you go.
New guy in the house, yo!
Slightly earlier today.
Hey, it's about
perfect,
time.
Perfect. So, anyways, moving into cartoon stuff. Not a lot of points to talk about because I'm getting a little dry right now.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, Disney, Nickelodeon, and also The Hub has released their actual programming schedule highlights. And the thing is that I could be here hours talking about the new stuff they're coming out with. So what we're going to do is fast track this a little bit. We're going to post information on the WTF Facebook page.
Okay.
And on top of that, Nickelodeon has announced their call for animated shorts as well. Again, what we'll do is post more information on the actual WTF
If
Facebook
I
page.
run around with
Sure.
animated shorts on, does that count as clothes?
Yes.
Yes. And also on top of that, 20th Century Fox is once again reaching into that animated aspect of things and coming out with his new film called Epic.
What could
I
it
see.
be about?
It's epic in proportion, new guy. And the thing is about Epic is that it's not really that epic. I didn't like
There
it
you
at all.
go.
I watched the preview. It's going to be a fun family 3D film. It'll be great for all the kids. It's going to be released next year. This year on May 24th. But at the same time, just watching it really quickly, it seems to be Ferngully with 3D special effects behind it. So it's very environmentally friendly, stuff like that.
Environmentally
Friendly, exactly, from 20th Century Fox.
no trees were cut in the making of this digital film.
Remember, well, the thing is, it's all 3D.
Yeah.
So there would be no trees cut there.
Yeah.
But if it was cost cutting, we'd be like, yeah. But however, again, this would be a great flick for the family, but for older kids like us, completely waste of time. Again, if you go to like a good example would be
Ooh, shiny buddy.
YouTube, Top It, Epic. Again, it's from 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be poop. Simple as that.
No.
And also on top of that, the thing is that again with Cartoon Network, they're still getting rid of Young Justice and the Green Lantern. And the thing is that those two productions are really, really, really good. And I'm really
They're actually
recommending
getting rid of Transformers as well.
for sure, they're wrapping
show.
that exactly.
Yeah.
They're wrapping that up as well.
Yeah.
But the
The
thing
third
is, it
season
kind of
will
makes sense with that, just because the thing is that Peter only go for so long.
Right.
And the thing is that you have that stuff in bookends. But however, the funny thing is that as one series comes to a conclusion, another one will begin. So it'd be
Yeah.
very, very interesting how things move forward from here, because Transformers has been absolutely fantastic on all cylinders, no pun intended. And and it's been rolling out nicely since
you
that
go.
very beginning.
No knots.
And the thing is, on top of that, I was completely transformed on how it went from one craptacular animation production into this new transformation that we see right now.
Nice.
And to be honest with you,
Okay,
it was
enough
good
of
versus
puns.
evil.
I give that joke 2 face palms out of 4 because Jackie and I both face palmed at that.
There we go. So not too bad. Not too bad. So anyways, it should be interesting how the last season will transform the rest of the actual seasons into the final conclusion.
It might be Mega with no Tron.
Oh, exactly. Well, there's
After
definitely no
these
trouble.
messages, we'll be right back.
Let's go to musical break, folks.
There you go.
I can't get these memories out of my mind, and some kind of madness has started to evolve. I tried so hard to let you go, but some kind of madness is swallowing me whole. Yeah, I have finally seen the light, and I have finally realized what you mean. And now I need to know, is this real love, or is it just madness keeping us afloat? And when I look back
On.
And that was silence.
Just measuring and how much the silence will last for, and their expression from Par was absolutely
was just
fantastic.
like, wow.
But however, if you're not watching us at www.thewtfshow.com/live, you missed it completely because it was an awesome joke that we're playing.
You could have zoomed in on his face.
I
Just looked like
honestly thought you were pissed or something, man.
Oh,
I was
God,
like,
no.
wow. What happened
So
when you
anyways,
said
here at the
that?
Weekly Trending Fandom Show, we're always doing funny jokes and stuff like that. And that's before we got the new guy in the station today. And that's it before this Weekly Trending Fandom Show being broadcast at CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial. And also you can hear us live through soundfm.ca. And you can see us live at the WTFshow.com/live. Plus on top of that, you can internet with us at our Facebook group, which is www.thewtfshow.com/Facebook. And well, we have the fantastic Jackie looking after that and answering all your questions and stuff like that. So anyways, we had a huge push in our last segment, which we talked about movies, where we talked about not comic book stuff. No, cartoons. There we go. And I'm glad the whole crew's jumping in for the save, which is excellent. And then on top of that, we also talked about, what else we talked about? Wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, before that, we had the fantastic cosplay group known as Cosplay for a Cure,
Yep.
which you can find them at www.facebook.com/cosplay for a cure.
Very nice.
Which is absolutely fantastic. So basically from that, we try to get our other guests on. We have a miscommunication, so we're going to rebook 1010 for another point in time, and we hope everything's going well with him. And at the same time, we're going to talk about some gaming stuff. Oh yeah! So with all that, I'm going to turn the mic over to our new guy, and Tar, and
Yeah.
Toe, what do you got for us to kick it off, brother?
Well, we'll get on to the whatever is releasing later on. But okay, so let's talk about what happened with Dead Space.
Okay.
Like the series, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, initially there was a rumor that the Dead Space series was, gone, canceled, not going to happen. But then there's an update now that's debunked. Someone's really denying it hardcore that the series is still living and going. But I'm going to have to wait and see until something actually comes out.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Well, I thought you were gonna.
I've got more, but
I
we
thought
have
you were gonna
to.
expand on that.
I've got more, but like.
Well, okay, so where I wanted to begin was if there's a silver lining in this so-called video game trash,
Right.
is the developers who are being let go, the companies that are laying off people. It's just a short-term thing.
Quote unquote.
So yeah, so with the new wave of consoles hitting, developers and programmers and what have you, they're hoping that these jobs come back and they'll be employed once again. So this whole thing with Dead Space and all that, like EA has axed the Dead Space series.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's official reports going out this morning, as of this morning, that's official. So it's kind of sad to see for fans of the series because part 1 was pretty good. There was a little bit of a drop off in part 2, right?
Yeah, and then I didn't really look forward to playing 3, so.
Right.
So it's noticeable.
And you hit it right on the head because a lot of people, such as yourself and many others across the globe, did not like Part 3. That was the downfall in Part 4 ever coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Or the series continuing for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
To keep on the theme of companies that are just struggling, or games, whatever the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Nintendo's back in the news, and for all the wrong reasons. The Wii U must sell more units. This, according to the Ubisoft CEO. He was speaking to a video game website, and the CEO basically said that we think Wii U is great. Quote, it's a great machine, but it just needs to sell more. So as of December the 31st,
we must have more selling of units.
It's just
More
so
units
it's
must
so
be sold.
unreasonable. It's like telling the entire population, please buy our system, buy it now. That's not reasonable.
Now, are you familiar with Adam Sessler?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So Adam Sessler, he's like
Sessler.
huge in the video game web industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got a web show because he's been kicked off at G4. Well, G4.
Well, G4 doesn't
It's
yeah.
we don't want to talk about that. Jeff.
Yeah.
It's just garbage.
Yeah.
But he's got a show on YouTube, and he's basically gone on record, and he speaks volumes, and gamers listen. That Nintendo is dead as a company, and they're going to be headed software.
That sounds like sad children everywhere crying right now. I'm hearing them weep.
Do you hear that uncomfortable silence?
Uncomfortable silence.
Yeah.
But
What else you got for us, man?
let's BioWare San Francisco is closed down. Well, that's Well, I don't know. I'm looking at
It's
that.
the Armageddon of the video game industry.
It is.
I'm looking at that, and then and then later on, I heard that people were there were some issues with BioShock's latest creation. Like people were like saying they were gonna drop out of like, working for it because of religious reasons, as if they're like gonna touch on
One second. I'm trying to interrupt. For religious
reasons. Apparently, they're gonna touch on subject matter that is too risque. Apparently,
What religion are they hitting on? Wicked, Buddhism, Christianity?
whatever that
Christianity?
whatever that whatever Eves have to touch into in Little Sisters makes big daddies or something.
Jesus Christ, of Latter-day Saints.
Jesus Christ Superstar for all I know. Like this is
Superstar.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
yeah,
anyway,
this crash is happening, and it's happening left and right.
why did I call this? There would be 4 horsemen of the apocalypse known as Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, followed by Atari.
Atari, I don't know. I'd say Apple. Something. They're like dicking around a bit.
I dig it.
What else you got?
Let's get a little more positive. Let's talk about Assassin's Creed. Well, I know you have more information than I do.
Well,
I know you do.
well, Black Flag, like everything was revealed last night.
Right.
The trailer was leaked. Ubisoft
Quote,
didn't
unquote.
really like the fact that it was leaked, but it showed us a new side to the series, if you will.
Yeah.
They added the whole pirate element to it. You know, you're
In
gonna be
in
This
3.
is really
killing
weird.
people on pirate ships.
This is really weird. Reason being is that my roommate and I were just talking about this last night because he has a huge flat screen TV and of course he's playing Assassin's Creed and we started talking about that. So yeah, I heard about that too. I think it's kind of cool.
Well, like they introduced
It
like
is.
pirating or at least fighting pirates in the 3rd one, and I imagine it took off pretty well. But
One second. Here's the funny part. Do you guys know when this is actually going to be placed in the actual Assassin's Creed world?
Where is it taking place?
Yeah. Do you guys know?
No, do you?
The Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
So Johnny Depp's going to be there.
Jack
With
Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow, mate.
or they might take like a dark turn and go into like the Middle East pirates or something. You know,
There you
like,
go.
that's a dark turn.
Yeah.
And there's also rumors, or like not rumors, like I remember there were press releasing that female Assassin's Creed assassin in this series is not unsurprising. It could come up after 3.
It was
Sausage
on the
fest.
handheld, right? They had
Yeah.
one on the handheld.
Yeah, that's true. And then it's
Okay,
like
now we're talking about sausage fest. Earlier we were talking about circle or curtain jerking.
She said circle jerking. I don't know where you're going with this.
so yeah, look forward to more females. I mean, like after Tomb Raider came out lately, and now there's a possibility of a female assassin. That's progressive.
No.
You got.
On that,
They're rebooting that?
what do you think about? You mentioned Tomb Raider. I recently last night I did an article on the game,
Right.
how they're trying to rejuvenate the series.
Yeah.
They're trying to pump some reboot. Thank you. They're trying to pump some life in it. They're
Yeah.
taking Laura back. She's gonna be like a 21-year-old university
Lara.
grad.
Maybe it's
Lara,
like a-
thank you. It's
Lara.
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 We want to call her
Croft.
Laura Croft.
Lara Croft.
Thank you. That was a
I
big
say Lara
debate
Croft.
too. Yeah.
I say
yeah.
Lara. I'm sticking to it.
Like
Bloody
Conan
hell,
O'Brien.
it's
Conan
Laura.
O'Brien said it's Laura.
Laura.
Yeah. So do you think it's gonna rescue this franchise, which A has been struggling for a while and B hasn't had a game in like 3 years?
I think that's beyond struggling. I think it was like let's put all our money into this basket, and I think it has a lot of potential to it. I remember playing a bit of it and it was fun. It's just I'm pretty sure there's some moral dilemmas that didn't make sense to me. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean that's part of the storytelling. But when it comes to like characterization, I'm a little cynical to bloodshed for no reason.
No, I hear you, but I think like what they've done with this series, or sorry, with this new incarnation, if you will, I think they've actually saved the franchise.
Oh yeah,
Given it a little bit more life for the new
and more respect.
next-gen consoles coming out.
Yeah.
So we might see a good iteration of Tomb Raider on one of these new consoles, right?
And it's given me more respect for crossbow weapons and bow and arrow
Exactly.
weapons. I mean, like when it was Resident Evil 5 and it was Sheva's bow and arrow that could kill instantly, and I'm looking at this, she's shooting people in the face.
Yeah.
I'd take a bow and arrow over a gun any day now, and now I know what to pick during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
Very
and,
nice.
and you couldn't have told that with the redneck?
So keeping on the theme of next gen, did you hear what the cover is going to be for Game Informer?
Game Informer.
What
I haven't
you
picked up a
next-
magazine in so long.
Oh, okay. Well,
They still have
they're-
those things?
Yeah.
After
that-
what, GamePro went down or
Yeah,
something?
GamePro went out. I think EGM's still around. But are you familiar with the Thief series?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thief 4 is going to be officially on the
It's
cover.
on 4? I couldn't even remember what number it was at.
4.
4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which system did they say? Or was it everybody?
Right now they're saying 100% PS3
Mhm.
and
Maybe
they're
nudge for
hoping,
360.
Xbox as well, right? Yeah,
Gotcha.
PC. I think PC as well. But that's the big news for the gaming world there.
Yeah.
Oh, and the one guy who was the co-founder of Infinity Ward, who worked on Call of Duty.
Right.
Unfortunately, my tablet crashed. Shout out to BlackBerry.
Explosion.
It's not. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
because I actually worked there part time, but I don't care. Hopefully nobody's listening. Still shout out.
Yeah. No one's
But
listening.
I don't have my notes on me, but the guy, anyways, he left the new studio that he's working with.
Right.
Respawn.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Respawn. For family issues. So they have a new sci-fi game, right? That's coming out. It's supposed to be like a first-person shooter. I don't know if it's an army theme, but it's supposed to be debuted at E3. So they're wondering if there's any kind of
E3 is still coming up, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I keep
Oh,
forgetting
yeah.
about that.
So they're wondering if there's any kind of like
New developments?
momentum taken away from that game.
Yeah.
But they've gone on record to say he really didn't play a part in developing the game, so that's not an issue.
He was just there.
Yeah.
Better than, if it's worth a paycheck, I would be just there as well,
Yeah. What else you got?
Small stuff, a small item. Sonic Dash was revealed to be played. It's an app. It's gonna be an app game released for like the iOS, and I'm hoping it's 2D, not 3D. I don't want to see special 3D graphics and me running off the bridge accidentally because I didn't press up correctly.
Yeah.
Or flick your iPad up like that.
Or
So
your Wii, or your
Sega's trying
potential
to-
Wii U that's just like shaking it. Jump.
So Sega's trying to make some money on the console game.
I don't see why
market.
not.
Sorry, the handheld or what am I trying to
it's-
say? The mobile market.
Mobile, that's it.
Gaming, yeah.
Okay, yeah, pretty much. All right, so that's all I've got. That's all.
Well, we'll wrap it up quickly with releases.
Let's
Big
get
games
into-
to
yeah,
watch out for. Tomorrow,
Big
got
two.
Tomb Raider coming out. The 2 baseball games
Yeah.
coming out. MLB The Show. The other one, like I said, my notes crashed, so I don't get the official word titles. What else is coming out tomorrow? There's a few other games coming out.
Yeah, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, I believe,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that.
Either way,
Mirror of
Castlevania.
Fate. Yeah, it's releasing for 3DS, and I'm pretty sure it was like a couple of PS3.
Yes, I think so. You got
360. Pay attention to I'm pretty sure all of these are DLCs because I'm pretty sure Mass Effect 3 was out for a while. But just Devil May Cry, Virgil's Downfall, Mass Effect 3, Citadel, Tomb Raider's the final episode. If you're an RPG fan like I am, just heads up for PS3. Tiliar Iris, the Alchemists of Dusk. What are you doing? Dusk.
He's shoving Timbits in the new guy's face.
Dusk. But if you've played any NIS America games, these games are gonna disappear after a few months. So grab it if you're into it. I was lucky enough to find a copy of Fire Emblem Awakening. For those of you who are still
So you did
ardently
get your game.
yes,
Nice.
but it was the last copy in the city. So, and apparently there's a new shipment out this week. So any of you that are actually listening and actually looking for a copy of Fire Emblem Awakening, attack your nearest game store now. Attack them with money. Attack them with so much money that they'll have to give you the game.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And if you don't like them, take them in
Take
the
them to
actual
go-
parking lot. And
Yeah.
attack
Well,
them
that's our
with your money.
big gaming segment in a nutshell.
Yeah,
What
Dave.
else we got on the horizon on the WTF show here?
Well, the thing is that we're actually ahead of schedule.
We are.
I'm
I love
almost
it.
I'm almost on news.
After last
Sweet.
week's Acrobat Belt,
Oh,
I think we deserve a good show, Recep.
All right then. Well, basically, what I have next, my little agenda here, is comic book stuff.
Comic books.
Yeah. So with that, let's take a quick musical break
All right.
and allow us to recharge, and we'll hit the comic book segment stuff head on.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Howdy, folks. How are you doing? This was coming to you live from CKMS Sound FM 1.3 on the FM dial. And you're listening to the weekly trending Fandom show being hosted by yours truly, Jackie, Par, and new guy.
Still here.
Yeah, still here. Fighting through everything. And basically, as we're just wrapping up with this fantastic song from The Walking Dead, we're going to hop right into our television segment.
TV.
And this will be the last broadcast from Jackie on this particular subject matter, which makes us sad inside. But however, as we're having fun through the duration of this extra broadcast, we'll make this just as fun as well. So, Jackie, how's TV Land? What are you watching?
What's on the tube?
Must we go there?
Yeah.
Should we go there?
Yeah.
If you like to.
We can just sit here for
Arrow
15 minutes.
was on.
And how was Arrow this week?
Arrow was good this week. I can't, I can remember it, but I. Oh yeah!
There it is!
Light bulb!
Something happened.
So Moira, Queen, had hired China White to kill Mr. Merlin. And they were at a benefit when that tried to happen. Arrow saved Mr. Merlin and came out to Tommy of who he was. He was saying, oh, you got to do this. We have to do this transplant, blood transfusion, or else he's going to die. And he's like, why should I trust you? You tried to kill him before. Da, 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 da. And he takes off his cowl. And he's like, I'm the one person you should trust. And the look on Tommy's face is just like the biggest F-bomb wants to come out of his mouth.
Dig it.
But, and the whole character is just really, I think it's really good. And we won't go where you guys think it is. And so, all you Arrow fans, I'm sorry.
As you can tell, we're reserving any actual punches. Oh. And we're coming to the point
your Peter
of the
Pan.
actual segment. So the thing is, as you were saying, Jackie.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for all you Arrow fans.
Yep, don't want to shaft them.
Yeah, you guys are going to get the short end of the stick. Although, from what I heard, we are now passing the torch on to the new guy who will have to watch Arrow weekly and do the update.
Yeah, this is
Sucker.
officially announced earlier in the show.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
My bandwidth!
Sucker.
And from that, we'll now take the new guy label off him, and we'll now label the new guy as in 2, as in the number 2.
There you go.
What?
There it
That's you're halfway to my name now.
There you go.
Upgrade.
You've
Tuto?
just been named 2! Enjoy! No! It is too late!
I will shoot a punching bag arrow.
Resistance.
Whatever he shoots.
So with that, for the sake of time, because we have 15 minutes left in this segment, and we have a huge comic book section from that one.
Okay, so, yeah, we'll go to
let's
Walking
hop into
Dead.
Walking Dead, yep.
Hawking Dead? Walking Dead? Yeah.
Did you get
I
it?
think they also
Hopping
hopped
into
some-
Walking Dead.
There you go.
That's not bad, eh?
That was the chair.
I was like, what was that?
That was so the
There you
chair.
I trust you.
If everybody's watching, you should have seen the look.
I wouldn't have believed it.
If you would have seen the look on Par's face after my chair just
Yeah.
squeaked,
Many faces, and they're
that
all
was
surprised.
There you
interesting.
go. The many
Oh.
faces apart.
Hubby's looking at me like, yeah, that wasn't the chair, you liar.
Station peeps.
Taking care of secretaries out. So anyways,
Alright, so
Walking Dead.
Secretary's
Let's get
gone. Yeah, Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead.
Yeah, or Rotting Dead. That was awesome.
Yep.
This week,
I think this is one of the better episodes they had.
Yeah.
Like I
Now,
said
a lot of
before,
people are
the last
saying-
last episode was a little, pardon the French, was a little dead.
Yeah.
The episode before that was basically coming back from
pardon
season
the
break.
French or the pun?
Yeah, the episode before that has already rotted.
bro.
Yeah, exactly. So they finally built up this really nice storyline. And the thing is that they actually come back to one of the actual story plots that a character just went missing
Yeah.
from the first season.
Now I'm gonna ask
So
you
the
a
thing is,
question.
everyone's asking where this person been. Don't interrupt me, Par. I'm not done talking. That's a comma, not a period behind that sentence. So, anyways, when when Rick got out of the hospital, he was basically taken the caretaker of 2 characters. And the thing is that as as Rick tuned on through the actual
What's with
adventure,
Jack?
it's because it's something else.
Spoilers,
Yeah,
everybody.
it's something else.
Something else. So it's another show. It's another
I was
show.
gonna say, there's no Jack on the show.
It's something.
I'm aware of that. So anyways,
there?
with Rick, with Rick, getting back on point with Rick, as he's continuing his actual journey through the new Walking Dead landscape.
Morgan.
These characters, these two characters kind of got pushed off the side and forgotten about. But the cool thing is this show kind of came back to that and how they existed and what happened and stuff like that. And the thing is, I thought this was a really, really good episode. And on top of that, I managed to capture a couple of screen captures from this. Really good stuff. I was happy with this one.
Yeah.
My thing, yes, I'll agree. It was one of the best episodes I've seen. It really played into the character and on both lines, brought back some, and showed Wyatt Twerp as quote Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
They're doing his thing, and it shows Michonne is starting to grow a heart kind of thing. Finally, it's
Actually,
not
there's
like
more
this.
character dimension to her, which is
Yeah.
good. Character development, as we like to call it.
My
on the show.
thing that I didn't like was how they left last week with Andrea standing over the governor with a knife
As she's naked.
as she's
That's
fucked to the
as
world
she's going to stab the guy in the neck with a
after
penknife.
getting down with him,
Yeah.
and they didn't even show
Yeah.
anything of Woodbury today.
Yeah.
It was just like,
But
We
the
don't
funny
want-
thing is that they're actually gonna come back to Woodbury.
yeah, I know they're gonna keep switching back and forth, but it's
A lot
just
of
like,
fans are sick and tired of Woodbury versus the
Yeah,
jail.
and the thing is,
You know, they wanna see something
the
else.
reason why this
I
is
just
so good
wanna
is
see
it's
him
a real
die.
breakup of
Yeah.
that. So that's pretty cool. So on top of that, a little bit of TV news that I have is Doctor Who's turning 50. People may know.
nice.
And because of that, they're actually going to have a 3D special on TV shortly.
Shortly? How shortly?
Fairly shortly.
I don't.
Sweet!
Yes.
Here's a quick Jackieism before I
Yeah.
escape.
Yeah.
I loved Doctor Who until Matt Smith came.
I dig it. No, that's fair.
can see
I
that. I can
really,
see that.
I
That's fair.
don't
Yeah.
like Matt Smith as the Doctor. He doesn't have anything like David Tennant did. And what was the guy before him? Oh, I really like that guy too.
He only had one.
With
season.
Billy Piper, he was on with
Yeah,
Billy
I remember.
Piper.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I can't.
But
remember.
yeah, so congratulations to Doctor Who. Keep on rocking, but please find a new
The
Doctor.
storyline's still fantastic. Like, I still enjoy all
No,
of them.
the better stories were written when David
I like
Tennant
the
was
whole
on.
whams though. Like the surprises for me, if I follow along, it makes me enthralled with it. That's why I'm dying for this month.
That and a shout out to hubby because he loves Billy Piper. So
That's cool. Well, that's decent. So anything else left in TV land that we should be talking about?
Not really. I mean, that's really the only.
Actually, that was a question for Jackie.
Oh.
So Jackie, is there?
yeah,
and-
can't take over yet. I'm
Yeah.
still sitting here. Jeez.
Exactly. The seat's not even cold yet. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Let me
Yeah, that's even the
Cole
key.
can't take over yet.
on
I have
Arrow.
to watch what I'm behind by.
You better hurry up.
Yeah, I think
Hurry
they're
up
on
with that, eh?
16 or
Hurry up,
17.
Jackie, we can get the damn torrent.
Exactly. We're gonna have Jackie online taunting you.
I just
too.
actually
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll sit here.
Is there
Do
anything
it,
else on
Jackie.
TV we should be watching that we're not watching?
There goes my Saturday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I do have to. The Simpsons this week was great.
Yep.
And the poke at wrestling. I'm sorry, guys, but that was just fantastic.
Awesome.
Mr. Burns' poke at wrestling.
Yeah.
And they're starting to capitalize on different things. As you'll see on the Facebook page, check it out. The Simpsons do the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, that was being broadcast for like a couple days now, and I saw it, and I was like, I
It
enjoyed
was-
a lot of it.
That's how they started the episode, and it was the funniest couch gag I have ever seen because it was the Simpsons, and then all of a sudden you see Maggie start, and it's like, what are you doing? And then everybody's in it. And it's just, I still watch it just to laugh.
Yeah, and it's something you would see like they would actually do this normally, like in Springfield. And
Yep.
It's pretty funny.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I wouldn't watch a Harlem Shake at all normally.
But it was
this I
The
would watch.
Simpsons.
This I would watch.
Yeah, I should pass on Lost Girl too, by the way. You should pick up Lost Girl.
Oh,
I
you're
saw the first few episodes, so I'm not that behind.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So the
First few episodes of the first season or
Yeah.
the third season?
First, so I'm
Okay,
not
so-
that behind.
No.
There goes
You're
my
about 2
Sunday!
seasons. Yes.
Sunday's gone now.
My Sundays are completely
gaming for you
packed.
for a
Have
while,
Oh,
fun.
no. During lectures. No one heard that, by the way. My lectures, I play around it.
There you go.
But yeah, so have fun.
So anyways, as we steal more time away
that
from
note.
2, and moving forward, let's talk about comic book stuff. Yes, the rage will commence fairly shortly. Whatever. Moving forward, you guys remember this little Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing that was taking place from Marvel / from Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
basically, the thing is that they've lost I call it a loss of faith in the major production because basically this particular movie will not be involved with the Marvel Phase 2 segment. It's completely off to the side.
Really?
Standalone film. So it's very interesting. Also, the Josh Whedon has basically declared that this will be completely off the side as well. So if Josh Whedon says it's not part of the Whedon / Marvel universe, it shall not be done. Exactly.
That thing.
Exactly. So I'm going, I could be kidding me. Plus, on top of that, Chris Cooper has been casted for Norman Osborn for the new amazing Spider-Man #2.
We stop talking about that.
Yeah.
I did enjoy a bit how they danced around his existence in the first movie. So it's yeah. Yeah.
But however, who knows a lot about Chris Cooper? Does anyone know about his body work and anything else?
Sorry.
Nope.
Awesome. More research for next show then.
There you go. We got homework.
And basically, the two big topics we're always going to talk about now is what's happened with Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah, and the big bombshell is coming from that, but it's only rumor speculation that Christopher Nolan and also Chris Bale may be returning to the DC universe with their respective characters and also directorials, which I think will save Justice League fairly a lot, to put things bluntly. So what they're looking for here is if Man of Steel does well, I think this will crystallize Christopher's hold on the DC universe, because obviously with Christopher Nolan and you got Josh Whedon, you need a powerhouse like that to sell. It's like, this is what we're going to do. And of course, Bale's like, I'm not coming back to Batman. And I say foo-foo to that, because if you drop off a garbage truck full of money, I'm pretty sure that Bale will go, yeah, we'll return to the Dark Knight. Sure, why not?
A second bin of gold. I would take that instead.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, on top of that, it's Warner Brothers. You don't say no to Warner Brothers. Why? Because you end up in a ditch or a flower garden. So that's
stuck on like the Family Channel.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, my nerd rage right now, before we hop into what we talked about before we go to A here. Oh yeah, is Halle Berry. You all remember her?
Oh, she's back.
She's a great actress. I really like her.
She's a horrible Catwoman.
Don't
get him started.
But however,
He's already going somewhere else.
She won Academy Award. She's like really great in a lot of stuff. But for whatever reason, under Stan Lee's blue sky, she's coming back to praise the role of Storm in the reboot.
Yeah.
That's fine.
She's horrible at this character.
She sucks.
She's the worst actress for this role. And why she's coming back for a flipping reboot, I do not understand. Even the dude who plays Wolverine, I'm not happy with. But you know what? He's palatable.
He
Palatable.
looks like Wolverine.
No, he does not.
He's
He's so pretty looking, it's not funny. He could win something at the actual GQ lineup. But whatever.
Yes.
Harry Berry is the worst actress in the whole...
Harry Berry?
Whatever what her name is, Miss Academy Award, blah, blah, blah. This. She was the worst actor in that whole lineup of X-Men. I'm not done ranting!
She is not that bad compared to the Catwoman in X-Men.
That has a whole other nerd rage. That's going to be coming up too soon. But however, to get back to this, out of every actor they could have chose to play this wonderful African-American strong-willed character, they chose this actress. Horrible. Shame on you, Disney. Shame on you, that Mickey Mouse. Horrible. And now, let's flip it over to Catwoman. Oh my god! Is it possible that one actress can destroy two main strong female characters in comic books? Well, yes, there is. We have Harry blah 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 Berry stepping up and doing that. Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh! There we go.
I don't know.
Reciproc smash! Harry Berry's blah! Hate you!
Should you have done it though?
You remember this? Who cares? We'll take someone off the street and throw them in the role. That's much better.
Yeah.
The phrase she used, toads pop with the electric thigh zap. I was like, are you kidding me?
She's a horrible.
What? She's horrible at this. She's like the Joel Schumacher of Storm, for God's sakes. Everyone knows who Joel Schumacher is. He's a person that destroyed the Batman franchise after Tim Burton left. Like, my God, bat nipples on bat suits? Really? Joel Schumacher is an excellent director, but throw him an actual...
tip nipples and just throw it
Yeah, the thing is that Joel Schumacher is a fantastic director, but give him any comic book script, he'll turn into schlock in 8.2 seconds.
I'm sorry, but you're commenting about the bat nipples, but if you look at a lot of the drawings,
They were, weren't they?
they're all covered in nipples. I'm sorry.
Nipples from head to toe.
It's just a giant nipple.
It's a
Like,
giant bat nipple.
Go and look at an Ed Benny's picture,
my God.
and you take one look, even at Rogue, and it's just like, poof, nipple.
Yeah.
It's to escape from any glass
All right, all
container.
right, all right.
So there, we've had
And
our
also the
nipple.
broadcast, we want to talk some other comic book stuff, movie stuff. What do you have in your docket there, Park?
Well, Green Lantern 18's coming out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty good story, I think. They're going to show how he's kind of experimenting and straying away from his...
This is a movie?
Huh?
This is a movie?
No,
Arrow?
it's a comic coming out.
Oh, it's a comic.
Number 18.
Okay, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought it was comic book
You
news.
said he's experimenting.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if
Yeah,
it
okay.
was with
Oh, my bad. I thought you
Yeah.
meant comic. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all I got, really.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
cool. I thought
yeah.
there was some more stuff than
Yeah.
that.
It's because
Awesome.
Green Lantern's black.
No.
There you go. It's the sushi. It's on my mind.
Yeah, there you go. It's the Mercury.
It's the-
So, anyways, before we close everything up here, basically,
Manifest
Batman,
disease.
Batman number 8, Batman Incorporated came
Yeah.
out. Robin died. Did you guys read this comic yet?
No, haven't had
Nope.
a chance.
Jackie, did
Bought
you read
it.
Bought
Not
it.
read it.
Haven't read it
Because I bought a new Batman book.
That was another round table discussion. Was what happened.
I thought she was going to do the Living Color thing. Hated it.
So before we turn the mic over to Jeff and his
Yeah.
fantastic farm show, is there anything that we're missing?
Nah, man, it was a good show. I think
No.
we got everything. Anything on your end?
Enough boxing glove jokes, so we're good.
Yeah, there you go. A lot of puns today.
So, anyways, before we sign off today, I want to personally thank Jackie for coming in,
Bye.
Yay,
helping
last
out with the
show.
show, and I really appreciate her insight to the
I'll
actual.
still tag.
And I
Facebook
promise
all the
you,
time.
we'll get you a cake for real
Yeah,
if
but
you
hold
want
on,
to.
just
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on a
we'll do
second, just hold on
something.
a
We'll do
second.
something.
And I really appreciate you coming in, especially helping with the show when it actually was down and out. And we really appreciate your insight. I know we take a lot of shots.
Pot shots?
Pot shots.
But only at Arrow.
Punching
But
glove
the thing is
shots?
that- oh yeah. But the thing is that we really care, and the thing is that I just want to say thank you very much for working with us. We really appreciate it.
I feel like I'm winning an Academy Award here.
Well, there you go. There you go.
We'll play
So,
Jaws immediately.
exactly. So, based with all that being
fun
said,
with
my
your
friends,
Peter
we're
Pan.
now wrapping things up. So we turn things over to Jeff here, and I thank you very much once again for joining us for another fantastic broadcast here at CKMS Sound FM 100.3 on the FM dial. My name is Recepit. Basically saying thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be here next week at the same time from 12 until 2, talking about everything that's fantastic within the wonderful game sphere.
Keep your eye out for me on Facebook.
There
Bye,
you go.
guys.
All right, see you guys. Play us out, Park.
There is a crowd in here that fooled themselves.